continue on my Weight Watchers journey. So I can put that on the wall with my Oscar and my Grammy, and then I can have my Gene, my Gene Award.
All right, let's talk about Jennifer Hudson. The woman who went from singing in a South Side church to flexing EGOT status like it's a gym membership. She's not just a powerhouse vocalist, she's an unstoppable brand of talent, resilience, and pure glow-up energy. If life were a talent show, J-Hud didn't just win, she invented the encore. Born in Chicago's Englewood neighborhood on September 12, 1981, Jennifer's story starts in a place where dreams usually don't get past the block. But there she was, a tiny powerhouse raised by her mother, Darnell Donnerson, who had more faith than fear in a household full of love, music, and discipline. Her dad, Samuel Simpson, a Greyhound bus driver with, brace yourself, 26 other kids. Yeah, 26. That's not a family tree, that's a small country. Jennifer didn't grow up with luxury. She grew up with gospel. Her grandma pushed her into the church choir at 7, and from that point, the microphone became her sword. Imagine little Jennifer stepping up to sing her first solo, shy, maybe nervous. And by the end of the song, the congregation's looking at her like, did we just hear the second coming of Aretha? That was the spark. But Englewood wasn't all Sunday service and applause. It was tough, gritty, and full of distractions. Most people in her shoes would have stayed local legends, but not J-Hud. She had that rare mix of faith, fire, and watch me prove you wrong. By her teens, she was performing anywhere that had a mic, a crowd, and a power outlet. And even then, people could tell. This girl wasn't just singing. She was building destiny, one note at a time. Then came American Idol. 2004, Jennifer walks into that audition room like she already owns the finale. She belts Whitney Houston's "Share My Life With You" and instantly makes Simon Cowell do that thing where he half smiles because he's pretending not to be impressed. She made it to the top 7 before being shockingly eliminated, which, fun fact, many blamed on a power outage in Chicago that stopped local votes from coming through. Yep, Jennifer Hudson literally blew the fuse box. But the best revenge is success, and J-Hud doesn't do small wins. She hit the road for the Idol tour, stayed on her grind, and then out of nowhere, Hollywood called. In 2005, she auditioned for Dreamgirl, and not just any part. The lead, Effie White. She beat out hundreds of other hopefuls, including her fellow Idol alum, Fantasia Barrino. Imagine going from being voted off TV to outacting Beyoncé on the big screen the very next year. That's not a comeback. That's a plot twist written by destiny. When Dreamgirls hit theaters in 2006, Jennifer didn't just act, she detonated. Her performance of "And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going" was so explosive. It made audiences cry, critics cheer, and the Academy vote. She won the Oscar, Golden Globe, BAFTA, and SAG Award. Basically everything short of the Nobel Peace Prize. The movie made $155 million, and Jennifer Hudson became a household name overnight. Not bad for someone who once got told, "You're not moving on to the next round." Now here's where the story goes from silver screen to platinum sound. Jennifer signed with Arista Records, dropped her debut album in 2008, and it went straight to #2 on Billboard, because of course it did. It earned her a Grammy for Best R&B Album, and that was just the warm-up. Her follow-up albums, I Remember Me and J-H-U-D, both cracked the top 10, and her voice, still untouched, unbothered, and undefeatable. But she wasn't done conquering. Jennifer took her talent to Broadway in The Color Purple, and then co-produced A Strange Loop, snagging herself a Tony Award. Combine that with her Emmy for a televised musical performance, her Grammys, and that Oscar, and boom, EGOT status unlocked. She became the youngest woman and only the 3rd African-American ever to achieve it. That's not just history, that's legacy with high heels on. And if that wasn't enough, she decided to add talk show host to her resume. The Jennifer Hudson Show launched in 2022, blending interviews, music, and that unfiltered J-Hud charm that makes you feel like you're catching up with your favorite cousin who just happens to own an Oscar. She's coached on The Voice, inspired millions through her foundation work, and kept leveling up without ever losing her Chicago soul. But let's be real. Talent's one thing. Lifestyle? That's another. Because when Jennifer Hudson makes money, she doesn't just stack it, she curates it. Her real estate portfolio looks like a monopoly board for billionaires. We're talking modern palaces, private pools, and bathrooms the size of your apartment. So before we dive into her cars, her love life, and that enviable 2025 glow-up, let's take a walk through the homes that built the Hudson Empire. And trust me, when you see where she wakes up, you'll realize Jennifer Hudson doesn't just live luxuriously, she lives in surround sound. Now, if Jennifer Hudson's voice is worth gold, her real estate portfolio is dipped in platinum. Let's start with her crown jewel, the Beverly Hills estate. Price tag? A cool $25 million. That's not a house. That's a whole zip code with marble floors. Imagine pulling up to a 14,000 square foot mansion so polished, it makes the monopoly board look affordable. You walk in and boom, double height ceilings, a chandelier big enough to host its own concert, and a staircase that practically whispers, "Yes, you've made it." The foyer alone looks like it was designed for slow-motion entrances and Grammy acceptance speeches. The living room? Oh, please. Think plush sofas, designer art, and windows so massive you could watch a sunset and a nervous breakdown in Malibu at the same time. It's airy, sleek, and just screams, "Alexa, play something expensive." The kitchen is pure chef heaven, double ovens, built-in everything, and an island so large it could have its own postal address. You could host Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Beyoncé's birthday in there without running out of counter space. And then there's the outdoor area, infinity pool, private bar, and a patio designed for either peaceful mornings or parties that get whispered about in TMZ headlines. There's even an outdoor kitchen, because when you're worth $30 million, apparently grilling also needs to be luxury. But wait, that's not even her only palace. Nope, because Jennifer keeps it real. Literally, with her $12 million Burr Ridge mansion just outside Chicago. That's her home, where it's less Hollywood and more heart. It's 12,000 square feet of warmth, elegance, and Midwest serenity. Think chandeliers, hardwood floors, and a grand staircase that looks straight out of a Disney movie. You can practically smell the Sunday breakfast vibes. The living room there has a stone fireplace and floor-to-ceiling windows that say, "Yes, I still remember where I came from, but I also remember my interior designer's name." And the backyard? It's like an outdoor spa resort. Huge stone patio, in-ground pool, and gardens so manicured they make your barber nervous. She's even got a cozy gazebo tucked in the corner, the perfect spot for coffee, songwriting, or dodging phone calls from Hollywood. And because one ocean view is never enough for an EGOT queen, she also owns an $8 million Malibu beachfront villa. Yeah, Jennifer went from Inglewood to sea breeze and sunsets. This place is pure coastal elegance. 6,500 square feet of bright white walls, open concept living, and ocean views that make your soul exhale. Picture it. Jennifer Hudson sipping coffee on her deck, ocean waves crashing in the background. Common may be somewhere in the kitchen cooking eggs and pretending not to be impressed. The villa's got a private beach, a fire pit, and a hot tub tucked in the corner. Because of course it does. It's giving Zen retreat meets Vogue spread. And that's the thing. Jennifer doesn't just buy houses, she buys peace with a parking space. Now, speaking of parking, let's talk about what's inside her garage. Because honey, Jennifer Hudson's cars are the four-wheeled version of her voice. Powerful, smooth, and impossible to ignore. First up, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, $350,000 of pure silence and swagger. It's basically a rolling palace. You don't drive a Cullinan, you arrive in one. It's the kind of car where even your problems put on cologne before entering. Then there's the Bentley Bentayga, roughly $200,000 of unbothered luxury. That's the, I've got calls, meetings, and a red carpet event in an hour car. The cabin's so soft and elegant, you half expect a butler to hand you champagne when you start the engine. And for those days when J-Hud wants to remind the world she's not just a singer, she's a force. She's got the Lamborghini Urus, a $225,000 SUV that purrs like a supercar. Imagine Jennifer behind that wheel, shades on, music blasting, engine growling louder than her critics ever could. The Urus doesn't whisper success. It roars it down Sunset Boulevard. Her garage is like a luxury museum with seatbelts, British sophistication, Italian adrenaline, and Hollywood confidence. All perfectly parked and probably spotless. But here's what's interesting. Despite all the flash, Jennifer's vibe isn't about flexing wealth. It's about celebrating what she earned. Every house, every car, every polished marble surface. It's a reminder of where she came from and how hard she worked to rewrite her story. Because remember, this is a woman who faced rejection, heartbreak, and tragedy, yet turned all of it into fuel. Every square foot of her empire has a backstory. Every car key represents a milestone, and every headline about her success, just another verse in a song she's been writing her entire life. Still, there's one chapter left to open, the part where the spotlight fades and we see the woman behind the awards, the mom behind the fame, and the heart behind the headlines. Because if Jennifer Hudson's houses show us how she lives, her personal life shows us why she lives that way. And trust me, that story's even more powerful than her voice. Jennifer Hudson's personal life? Now that's a movie of its own. Between love, loss, and leveling up, she's basically lived 3 lifetimes, and somehow still manages to look red carpet ready while doing it. She started dating James Payton back in her teenage days, way before the fame, the awards, and the couture gowns. They called it quits in 2007, and not long after, she met David Otunga, Harvard grad, wrestler, and future dad of her only child, David Jr. Their engagement lasted nearly a decade before they went their separate ways in 2017. But through it all, Jennifer's focus never wavered: her son. She calls motherhood her greatest role, and it's clear she means it. She's the kind of mom who'd show up to the PTA meeting and sing the theme song. But love wasn't done with her yet. Fast forward to 2025, and J-Hud's happily linked with rapper and actor Common. Both Chicago natives, both humble powerhouses. Together, they're the chill, grown-up version of celebrity romance. Quiet, classy, and very much unbothered by drama. Of course, Jennifer's life hasn't been without heartbreak. The 2008 tragedy that took her mother, brother, and nephew shook the world, but she turned grief into purpose. She founded the Hudson King Foundation to support victims' families and continues to honor their memory through her work in philanthropy. That's the thing about J-Hud. Even her pain has power. She's written a best-selling memoir, I Got This, lost 80 pounds with grace and honesty, launched her own talk show, and still finds time to perform, produce, and give back. Her net worth may hover around $30 million, but her legacy? That's priceless. Jennifer Hudson isn't just rich or talented. She's proof that no matter where you start, you can rewrite your story, remix your pain, and rise louder than ever. So if this deep dive into J-Hud's life hit the right note, go ahead, tap that like, drop a comment on your favorite moment from her journey, and subscribe for more stories that shine as bright as she does. Because if Jennifer taught us anything, it's that real stars don't fade, they evolve.